Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. Hi, my name is Maximus Caron, and I'm a senior with the Somers High School class of 2020. Now, you're probably thinking, what is this car doing next to me? This is a 1917 Model T Ford. Now you're probably thinking, what does this car have anything to do with Somerstown history? Let me tell you, this car was originally owned by Carolyn Wright Reese, as in the Carolyn Wright Reese. You know, the one who donated her homestead and all of her land to create Reese Park, as well as the Somers Public Library, that Carolyn Wright Reese. However, while it looks beautiful today, only a few years ago, it was a dilapidated shell of what it is now. In fact, the car had been sitting in a barn untouched for nearly 20 years. As for my Eagle Scout project, I decided that I didn't want this to continue. I didn't want to lose such a precious piece of town history. So, with my mentor Arnie, I worked to rebuild and create the car to be more roadworthy, and we have the finished product of what you see today. And now, I would like to introduce my mentor, Arnie Guyot, who will talk a little bit more about the car and its history. Arnie?
Hello, Max. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Arnie Guyot. I am a trustee of the Somers Historical Society, and I am a retiree from the Somers Highway Department. I was the senior auto mechanic. With my knowledge and knowing Max was looking for an Eagle Scout project, we joined together to bring together this Model T. After his Eagle Scout project, we did additional improvements to the car. For example, wooden hickory spoke wheels, new tires. Carrying on, we put a temperature gauge here. The temperature gauge is called a motor meter. There is no temperature gauge in this car, with the exception of this little sight glass on the other side. Now, people think this car has headlights. It does. These are electric. But these ones here in the back just so happens are kerosene. When you drive it at night, you would have to take a match and light it just like a storm lantern. Moving on to the inside of this car, I'd like to show you some of the interior. People ask me, well, where's the gas tank? They think it's in the back. Unfortunately, it is not. It's directly underneath the seat. In a moment, I will show you, describe to you, the pedals and the levers on the interior of the car. I'd like to move in the back here. What we did was, for safety's sake, we installed the battery back here with an on-off switch, so it's very easy to turn the battery on and off versus under the floorboards of the car. Here, I converted an oil lamp to a stop lamp, and it's very hard to believe to this day and age, or is, that people do not understand hand signals, especially stop. That's why I converted this over to a stoplight for safety's sake. Over here, you have the spare tire. Okay? And I would like you to go around to the other side, and I will show you the instruments and the pedal operation to drive in this car. The first thing I'd like to show you, the ignition switch down here. It is a switch that, for starting, you use the battery, and then you flip the switch this way. It runs off the magneto of the car itself. A magneto, what that does is produces electricity for the coils for the engine, which I'll show you in a little bit. Here you have three pedals. First pedal, people think is a gas pedal. It is not. This is your brake pedal. This is your reverse pedal. And this pedal has a multi-task operation. When you push the pedal down, it goes in low range. When it's midway right now, that is a neutral. Now, here you have a parking lever. When the parking lever is released, this pedal will be released to go into high range. With that being said, the car only has one gear, low range, and then direct from the engine. Here, just like a lawnmower, you have a throttle. When you start your lawnmower, you move the lever to get the speed that you want. This lever over here is for your spark. And lo and behold, this thing even has a horn. I am now releasing the two latches to open up the engine compartment. It's a very, very simple 4-cylinder engine, which they call an updraft. Okay, when referred to an updraft, the carburetor is lower than the top of the engine block. Now over here, you have your ignition system. Okay, each one of these is hooked up to what they call a buzz box. It just so happens that the buzz box is underneath the dashboard, and it's a little complicated for me to actually take it apart and show you. Now I would like to bring Max in to help me bring in the lower down the top of the car. Since it is a gorgeous, gorgeous day, I'd like to show you what the car looks like with the top down. There you go. It's a whole different perspective. In a minute, I'd like to, with Max's help, I would like to start this car for you to see the progress or the procedure to start this car. Again, I would like to show you how the car is started. With Max, with my assistant Max, he's going to put the switch in the start position on the buzz boxes. Okay? He has moved the levers to the start position on the steering column for the throttle and the spark advance. What I'm going to do is I'm going to raise this up like this. What I was taught, not to stand in front of the car to crank the handle for safety reasons. Just in case something malfunctions, I do not want to be run over. So I was told to position the key, the starter key, or the starter crank, excuse me, off to the side. I go like this. She's a little temperamental.